Did you see her eyes? Did you see her reaction? It's like she got satisfaction from that, knowing she could destroy people's lives. Absolutely amazing. All right, let's keep rolling. Video clip number 2. This is Kamala Harris saying she will snatch the patents of corporations so the government can take over. Wow. Straight up fascist. All right, so let's go ahead and roll that. Video clip number 2, por favor.
I will snatch their patent so that we will take over. And yes, we can do that. Yes, we can do that. Yes, we can do that. It's the question is, do you have the will to do it?
Wow.
I have the will to do it.
Okay, I'll be honest with you. That is the first time I'm hearing that video, and that scares me more than the first one. I've heard the first one before. It was in a different setting, but she said the same thing. Okay, that terrifies me because of what she said at the end. The latter part, which is very true. She has the will to do it. This is what I'm concerned about with the Kamala Harris presidency and why we can't take her lightly, even though I think she's a complete disaster, even though she's a horrible candidate. She's running a horrible campaign. Remember, the left is still behind her, at least for now. So we'll see how this debate performance goes. But make no mistake about it, this lady will try it. She will try gun control. Everything she says she will do. I believe that she will do it just because I don't think she thinks things through. I think she's like, I have the power and I'm going to use it. I'm going to wield my government power. I can wield it to mess up your life for 48 hours, or with the swipe of a pen, I can change your life. So, you can sit in jail for 48 hours, but your life will be forever changed. Or I could also have the power to snatch patents away from corporations. And I have the will to do it. And she's right. She does. That's an authoritarian. Let's go to the next clip. This is Kamala Harris in her own words. She's going to try to sound all sweet and she's going to try to make you focus or, just hate on. All she's going to do is hate on Trump. She has nothing else. You know what I'm saying? J6, he's a felon, sexual charges, but she can't tell you how she's going to make your life better because she would be exposed. And then Trump could ask the question, well, what have you done in the last 3.5 years? All right. So this is video clip number 3. Kamala Harris wants to reduce the population. Wow. Let's hear that.
When we invest in clean energy and electric vehicles and reduce population, more of our children can breathe clean air and drink clean water.
Gabe, do you think she realized what she said? Seriously, do you think she probably just... Yeah, but if she means it, where are the horns? I don't see the horns on her head. Reduce population. That's what it's about. I'm telling you, this whole climate change stuff, it's about the reduction of the population. It's about depopulating the earth. She said the quiet part out loud. I'm just not sure with her what she really believes. Again, she has no core values. I do believe that she's a lefty. She's to the left of Bernie Sanders, given her voting record while she was in the Senate. And obviously, both she and Joe Biden have governed as leftists, radical leftists, in the White House. But man, these clips are scary. This is Kamala Harris, number 4, in her interview with CNN, talking about how her values have not changed, yet she just plagiarized Joe Biden's website. So maybe, yeah, she's right. Her values haven't changed. She's still a radical leftist, just like Joe Biden. Let's play that clip, video clip number 4. Por favor.
My values have not changed.
There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking.
We have to stay woke. Like, everybody needs to be woke. and you can talk about if you're the wokest or woker, but just stay more woke than less woke.
The people who are convicted in prison, like the Boston Marathon bomber, on death row, people who are convicted of sexual assault, they should be able to vote?
I think we should have that conversation.
What would you do about the millions of, specifically, assault weapons that are already in circulation? What do you do about those?
Well, there are approximately 5 million, to your point, Craig. We have to have a buyback program, and I support a mandatory buyback program.
It is outdated, it is wrong-headed thinking to think that the only way you're going to get communities to be safe is to put more police officers on the street.
It also says, quote, every individual who is a resident of the United States is entitled to benefits for health care services under this act. Not every individual who's a citizen but every individual who's a resident. So you support giving universal health care, Medicare for all, to people who are in this country illegally?
Let me just be very clear about this. I am opposed to any policy that would deny in our country any human being from access to public safety, public education, or public health, period.
To reiterate, you support the Medicare for All bill, I think initially co-sponsored by Senator Bernie Sanders. You're also a co-sponsor on it. I believe it will totally eliminate private insurance. So for people out there who like their insurance, they don't get to keep it?
Let's eliminate all of that. Let's move on.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas? How dare we?
And yeah, I am a radical.
Is my values have not changed.
Man. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Please tell me that's a Trump Vance ad. If it's not, it should be. Man, I forgot about that montage. Man, we could have just played that basically, but it's crazy. All right, this is Kamala Harris right now. Now, there's a lot of conservatives that are scared to talk about this, but the fact of the matter, at least by reporting from, it was a council members meeting or a city commission meeting where I mistakenly said yesterday it was Springfield, Illinois. I shouldn't have gotten that twisted when I saw the black gentleman speaking with a Cincinnati Reds hat, but that was Springfield, Ohio, where a lot of Haitians have been reported literally flooding Springfield, Ohio. They've been dumped into the community. I don't know if they have temporary status. So technically they're legal, even though they haven't gone through the entire process of becoming legal. These are people that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden have flown into the country so they can legally work inside of the United States, but they're unassimilated since they haven't gone through the process. So you've got people in Springfield, Ohio, and in Canton, Ohio. We showed you the one lady last night that was literally eating someone's cat in a driveway. And Gabe, I'm hearing reports that she wasn't high. So anyway, I don't know. But here's Kamala Harris talking about temporary status. And now there's a flood of Haitian implants, if you will, in Springfield, Ohio, a population, by the way, of only 58,000. And the Biden-Harris administration has plopped 20,000 Haitian immigrants into that community. Let's go ahead and roll this video clip number 5, por favor, Gabe.
That is why, also, starting with our administration, we gave TPS, temporary protected status, to Haitian migrants, 55,000. And then more recently, we extended temporary protected status to over 100,000 Haitian migrants for that very reason, that they need support, they need protection.
All right. So for those of you that are experiencing the illegal immigration or migrant crisis, I guess it technically is a migrant crisis in Springfield, Ohio. I want to get that right. If they've been given temporary status, which they shouldn't have been given because they were coming to the country illegally, not through the legal means whatsoever. But you can blame Kamala Harris. And this is what she'll do to the entire United States of America. Let's go right to video clip number 6, por favor, Gabe.
When I was Attorney General, I learned that the California Department of Corrections, which was a client of mine, I didn't get to choose my clients.
Right, a client of the Attorney General.
A client of the Attorney General, right. Of the Office of Attorney General.
That was shocking.
That they were standing in the way of surgery.
For prisoners.
For prisoners. And there was a specific case. And when I learned about the case, I worked behind the scenes to not only make sure that that transgender woman got the services she was deserving. So it wasn't only about that case. I made sure that they changed the policy in the state of California so that every transgender inmate in the prison system would have access to the medical care that they desired and need. And I believe it was not only, I know it was historic in California, but I believe actually it may have been one of the first, if not the first in the country, where I pushed for that policy in a Department of Corrections.
Wow. Okay, so that was Kamala Harris sitting with Andrea the Giant and talking about how she worked behind the scenes to make sure that men pretending to be women. Now keep in mind, these are criminals, right? So they're behind bars. So men pretending to be women. And let me tell you something. If you've been behind bars, you want to transfer to the female jail or to the female prison. So men can pretend to be women, and they can go inside they can be housed inside of a female jail or a female prison. What do you think is going to happen? Exactly what has happened, which California tries their best not to leak out, where literally you have female inmates getting pregnant, getting raped in some cases by some of these inmates that have gone in pretending to be women only because they don't want to be in a male prison. So it's amazing that these dudes will go in, they'll commit their crimes, they'll be lifetime felons, lifetime criminals. Then all of a sudden they get to prison, especially in California, and they realize, oh my goodness, I really feel like a woman. Kamala Harris is behind that. I mean, this is who she is. This is the real Kamala Harris. I can play the video for you. I'm not sure that that's necessarily in. Actually, let's go ahead and play 8. We played it last night. We may not play all of it, but this is the young black man in Springfield, Ohio, speaking in front of the city commissioners meeting, talking about what's happening with the influx of Haitians that have been bussed in, flown in by the Biden-Harris administration, and what he's witnessing. Video clip number 8, please, Gabe.
I think it's like kind of odd that like a guy like me has to come out from doing what I do on a daily basis to have fun, because I see what's going on in these streets, and I see you guys just sitting up there in them comfy chairs and suits and like
city commission.
And I'm getting out here every day, and I'm broadcasting this, and you guys are just sitting up there in suits or something. Like I really challenge you guys to get out here and do something. These Haitians are running into trash cans, they're running into buildings, they're running into they flipping cars in the middle of the street. I don't know how, like, y'all can be comfortable with this. Like, I don't know, like, who's getting paid from it. I honestly feel like someone's getting paid from it in the background. You got a bunch of people on the bus getting dropped off at a gas station to come down here. I know a single mom that FaceTimed me this morning at the welfare office that really need something. And it's nothing but immigrants over there. And I don't even want to, like, seem like I'm coming down on the immigrants, because it's the people that's bringing them down here, because wherever they're at, that's what they're used to, bro. They're in the park grabbing up ducks by their neck and cutting their head off and walking off with them and eating them. Like, y'all get the Highway State Patrol down here every week, and then y'all get like a task force for the Highway State Patrol, and they look for guns and they look for dope and this and that and the fourth. That same people that y'all got riding up and down Limestone doing U-turns, pulling people over for blinkers and pulling people over for like going left to center and like a couple miles over, like y'all can take them same people, the Highway State Patrol, and you can take them in every single one of their silver Chargers and Dodge Durangos, and y'all can take.
We can cut it there, but you guys get the message. They're bringing in these illegal, technically not illegal, I guess, if they have temporary status, but they didn't go through the regular process. And so Biden and Harris are flying Haitians in, and they're letting them get this temporary status. And this is that's the consequence. When you bring people in from foreign countries that are not assimilated to U.S. culture, that's what you're going to get. That's what you're going to see. And we're going to see more and more of this in it doesn't matter which state. We're all going to be impacted by illegal immigration at some point. Here's a devastating ad. This is CNN. And this is why I'm telling you guys that if she doesn't perform well, she might well get thrown under the bus. Because remember the article that I reported from Breitbart where it's entitled "Embarrassing Kamala Harris Plagiarized Joe Biden's Campaign Policies for Website." Well, the people that discovered it were actually, it was a woman a user on X by the name of Corinne Green pointed out the issues. But you know who took a hold of it first? The New Republic, a left-wing website, to say, wait a minute, they reported that several parts of the new policy section has simply been lifted from Biden's website. The New Republic reported on it first. I think these lefties are getting tired of Kamala Harris's game, and if she wins, If she wins the debate tonight and she happens to surge and, you know, get a bump or what have you, then they'll continue to roll with her. They'll continue to cover up for her. But if she does poorly, I suspect that they're just going to be, it's not like they're going to go out of their way to destroy her. They're just going to start asking legitimate questions again. And I don't think she'll be able to handle them. And they'll let her lose the election because, guys, let's be honest. These people make more money. These people make more money with a Trump presidency. They get better ratings with a Trump presidency. ABC, CNN, MSNBC, their ratings are in the tank. They were sky high during the Trump administration.